Hey guys, we're going to do 8.5 notes today. It's the exact values on the unit circle. So pretty much what we're looking for are points on the unit circle, as if you were to graph this circle on x and y axis. These are going to be actual points like x and y. So if you look at the top of your paper, it says radical 3 all over 2 equals 0.866. Now we're going to refer to these in a little bit, and radical 2 over 2 is 0.707. These are exact values because they're fractions and there's radicals involved. These decimals, however, are rounded a little bit, so when you see these in your calculator, you're actually going to say, oh, it's radical 3 over 2 or radical 2 over 2. The next line down, you notice it says points on the unit circle, so it says x, y. So as you graph a point, you always go left and right first, and then you go up and down. That's your x and then y. Off to the right, you see cosine, sine. So cosine comes first, and then sine. We're not dealing with tangent as of right now, so just cosine, then sine. So we're going to see in a little bit how these come into play. You notice you have a blank unit circle here. The best thing to do is to fill it in. So as you see on your unit circle, there's a dash, and then there's a degree measure. You know that first one's going to be 0. The next one's 30. The next one's 45, 60, and 90. And the pen comes out beautiful, as you can see. So the line next to that are your radians. You know, you're going to continue around to the rest of the degrees, and you're going to do the same thing with radians too. You know, the first one's going to be 0. The next one is pi over 6. And then we have pi over 4. Ooh, that's pi over 4. Let's see if I can get that. Then we get pi over 3. And then we know that 90 is pi over 2. And cram everything in there. Then what you're going to do next is, let me change colors here, you're going to actually find out what these coordinates are here. Now, as we noticed before, the first one is cosine, and then the next one is sine. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your graphing calculator, make sure you're in degrees. You have to make sure that you're in degrees here. If not, you're going to get some wrong answers. So make sure your mode is turned in degrees now. When you do this, you're going to type in your calculator cosine of 0. When you type in cosine of 0, you should get a value of 1. This number goes here as your x value. You're then going to type in the sine of 0. When you type in the sine of 0, you should get 0. 0. As you notice on this circle that you go to the right first, you're going to go right 1, that's your radius of this unit circle, and you're not going up or down any, so that's where you're getting 0 from. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go over to the 30 degrees and do the exact same thing again. So when you type in 30 degrees, let me see if I can erase some of this stuff here. You're going to type in the cosine of 30 and then the sine of 30. When you do this in your graphing calculator, you're going to notice you're going to get some decimal answers, and that's okay to get decimal answers. You're just going to refer to the top like we did before, and we're going to see what those exact values are. They're going to be fractions for us sometimes. So let's check it out. We type in the cosine of 30 because that's our x value. When you type in the cosine of 30, you actually get 0.866. That's this value up top on the top left here. That's radical 3 over 2. You're going to type or write in radical 3 over 2 as your x value. Your y value, same deal. Go sine of 30 equals, and this time it's actually 0.5. You should know 0.5 is 1/2 as a fraction, and we want to leave it as a fraction. You keep continuing this pattern all the way around your unit circle. So type in cosine of 45, sine of 45. You'll notice, give you a little hint, your decimal of 0.707 is going to pop up. Those 2 points are going to be radical 2 over radical 2 over 2. And that, of course, is going to go there for both cosine and sine, which are your x and y. Keep continuing this pattern all the way around the unit circle. This is going to be your reference. So when you do the rest of the notes on the back, 1 through 12, you just type in those values, sine of 45, cosine of 215, cosine of 300. Those are all the numbers on the back. Whatever decimal pops up, write the exact value. So you're either going to write this fraction, radical 3 over 2, or radical 2 over 2, or 1/2, and it's possible to get some -1, 1, or 0 answers as well too. Hope the rest of that unit circle is fun. Oh yeah. Homework 8.5 is also on the back, 1 through 8. Pretty easy stuff. Use your calculator. And if you have any questions, you can always message me on Edmodo. Have a nice day.